Undertale Fire 22 here. If you can see right here. Nope. Yeah, if you can see. In the playlist. Under Nights. Oh, wait. Got a haircut. Anywho, I kind of want to react to one of my videos. Maybe give some insight on what happened in the video. You know, not what happened in the video, but like what it took to make it, or what happened behind the scenes. So I'm just gonna click on this one. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. If you can't, okay. The reason there is no volume or no sound in like the first minute or so, it's because of copyright. That's why. Okay, to know that, underneath, so if you hear noise in the background, that's my grandma snoring, but, my Cassidy, or unknown, no, for, Undernight's Cassidy, she has known about the AUs, or other alternate universes, for a while now. So basically she's known of, like, the characters that are from alternate universes that aren't from this timeline, like this one and this one. She's known other people from the universes like Error, Ink, Geno, even King Multiverse, and she knows of FNAF AUs as well, like William's Tragedy, or Gotcha Shadow 2005, or Shadow's Glitch. She's known about those AUs. And she connected to the Afton Tale version of William Afton. They became close friends, and that version of William Afton promised to get Evan back, or my Evan. Also, I shrink the characters' heads down in this because I realized they like bobbleheads. I got so many comments about people complaining about it's extremely overpowered, and I'm like, it's my AU. I can make them however overpowered I want. That took a while to make, like, the design for. Yeah, he was. He's not lying. He was actually holding back. Sorry. There you go. Telepathy was such a random thing in the script that Psycho came up with. Okay, yes, this is canon. I didn't put it in part 11 because at the time I didn't think of it. But, well, when Psycho introduced telepathy, I had to find a way for it not to work. Like, telepathy not to work. Because if it did, it would kind of take away from the huge fight, like the team up fight they're going to have. If you could just talk through the player, which it wouldn't really make sense. The player would just stop him. So, just corrupt William with hate. And since William has a pretty bad past, that shouldn't be too hard. Sorry if my voice sounds scratchy. Okay, the universe that you're seeing right now is not the timeline Cassidy created when she tried to fight the player herself. This is another timeline. They entered into an alternate, used to made their own timeline, to try to scheme or plot what they're gonna do next, and they found them while they were plotting. Kind of like how in William's tragedy, Zachary's series, the digital glitch trap took some time off from the series to start plotting, scheming. Same thing here, except this ain't no. This they're not gonna let them plot. They are, and since they can track a remnant, this shouldn't really be too hard to find them. It took so long for me to time the build up, like the build up of the theme that you're playing. I had to actually line it up with with that with I had to line it up perfectly, which took forever because I was listening to this song multiple times. I found like the part in the audio where it actually built it up, and I had to crop it out, or I had to cut it to that specific point, and then I had to move it to this point, and then stretch it all the way back, and I had to cut most of it out because if I didn't, then it would have been a lot longer. The song would have gone out for a lot longer, and it would have just been annoying. I go in this script. Uh, Aftentail Evan makes Nightmare to act as shield, so it's kind of expendable. When Nightmare gets destroyed, like he's supposed to as a freaking shield, Aftentail Evan gets all pissed off. Like he didn't know this was gonna happen. And yet he fought what's his face? He fought my Aft. I mean, he knows about both, like relative both of these guys' strength. Yet he acts all pissed off, like my Afton can't murder them in one hit. Oh. Okay, the pupil thing. I don't know. I have no idea what just happened. Look, the eyes take so long. Unlike Aventail Cassidy, where her pupils just went like fast. Hers took GTA 6 releasing amount of time. Like he just goes straight in. Like he just saw his and my Cassidy. Mind you, at this point my Cassidy's like Hyperversal Plus to Outerversal. A lot stronger than until Evan. And Evan thinks he somehow has a chance. Oh, that's a One Punch Man reference. Okay, well the reason I did that is because he's like, wow, if you expect, in his mind he's like, wow, you accepted it fast. The reason she did is because any chance of bringing Evan back, she's gonna take. Because in her opinion, it's her fault. She's the one who lashed out at him, and in her mind, it's her fault that Evan was driven away or left, and she's kind of trying to make up for that mistake, that sin. Yeah. Dragon Ball. If you can't tell, in which case are you blind? This is a Glitchtale reference to when Azrael got taken over by hate. Like, this whole shtick was inspired by Killer Reborn from William's Tragedy, Zachary, and Animosity from Glitchtale, Camila. Yes, okay. If you didn't watch my explain video, you probably don't know what the hell he's talking about. But basically, my Evan, or Under Night's Evan, is Old Man Consequences. He is. He basically turned into someone he thought would make him look wise and old. Someone whom Cassidy might listen to, which didn't work. And that ended up being Old Man Consequences. She said it's her fault, like he used VHS stands. I swear I wanted to make. Yeah, well, it wasn't actually years. It's kind of like in Dragon Ball, where time works differently. Time works very differently, and in Cassidy's hell, well, her hell is a timeline, like a timeline or a universe the size of the Dragon Ball universe. Well, multiple like macrocosm, but uh, the time does work differently there. Like to her, it felt like 10 years. Outside world, it was like 6 months. That was the worst. I tried making a bouncing animation. Yeah, the the outcome sucked. I don't know what I tried making a good bouncing effect. It did not. It did not do. Okay, well, the reason you see her acting in pain when he grabs her, okay, it's a small bit of detail, but basically Evan grabbed her by the back of her hair, and then did that, which would hurt, and yeah, that was the worst. Okay, I tried having him punch her in the gut. Yeah, it looks like he's punching her in her side, like in her rib, and and she didn't really bend over like the. Okay, that sounded very wrong, but she didn't really, I guess, fold in that position, if you will. She just stood there like a statue, and no, that's not. I fucked that up badly. Okay. This is something I really regret doing. Go back to that. Okay, this part just say this is inspired by when Kara said, "I'm sorry" in the Glitchtale animosity thing to Azrael being corrupted by hate. But right here, look. This I wanted it to take more time for her to get up due to her injuries in the fight against. She took a healing item, but the healing item didn't restore her to full health. It wasn't a butterscotch pie. It was like a cinnamon bunny. It didn't restore her to full health. It just healed her wounds. But she's still pretty damaged from that encounter in part 11. And here she just got her ass kicked even more by Evan corrupted by hate. So I wanted it to take more time for her to get up. But at the time, I didn't have the patience to stretch out the screenshots to make it like that. So I just had her get up. So in canon, it did not take her that short of time. It took her It took her not a long time, but like she was struggling to get up. Yeah, she did end up she did teleport the love soul to her. Okay, basically right here she's the love soul. I don't really know how it works since I was only introduced to it by Psycho the Psychic, but pretty much purifies hate. And it's supposed to like purify the hate from him. And look, he's corrupted with so much hate covering his whole freaking body. And sorry. Okay, she just starts floating around. Second of all, I wanted to give Evan more of a aura effect. Like it would have been like this if you could see. Like that, just radiating off of him. Though at that time I was kind of in a rush, and I tried doing the aura that you just saw, like right here in that scene where like there's smoke, but it just didn't work. It looked terrible. So okay, that's another thing I regret doing. She just lunged at him, not lunged, but she jumped at him. And originally, I really wanted her to actually to run to Evan. I wanted her to just like run. But Kind Master at the least amount of time you can do for a screenshot is 100th of a second. Is like, I don't know, 0.100, something 100 that's smaller than a second. That's fast, but it's not really too fast when you consider running and how long that takes. And I tried doing the running thing, and it took a long time for her to get to point A to point B, and point B being Evan. So doing her jumping to Evan just seemed shorter. Okay, the reason normally this shouldn't warrant Evan getting the hate that he did to the point where he'd literally attack her and her friends just because Cassidy decided to be an asshole. Now, the reason that actually happened was because he held a small grudge against her, but nothing too crazy. Because he understood she was pissed at the guy who killed her, rightfully so. However, once the player and William found him and started, like, they captured him and forced hate inside of him. Well, not inside of him, but they pretty much gave him something which allowed the hate, the small, tiny amount of hate he had for Cassidy in that moment, and gave him hate which fed off of the hate he already had and expanded it. It expanded to his body and soul to the point where he did what he did, and he acted like a bitch over that, which shouldn't really be an issue, but it is due to the hate that he was given. Exactly. There it is. Something that I wanted I had a different plan for Evan and Cassidy meeting again and having this whole thing. It was originally going to be like the player and William never found him in this original ending. Originally, Malhair, Aftontail Malhair, took Evan, and well, they didn't take him. He is somewhere else. He went to another timeline after leaving Cassidy. And what it was originally going to be was probably something that was going to get me sued, but it was going to be where Cassidy and William, or Aftontail William, are both and are going on a race to find Evan before Malhair and Vanny does. Because if you remember, and right here, if you remember here, last part, damn it, right, Ruby face, hold up, that was originally, yes, it was just a ruse to piss off Cassidy in this moment, but it was also like had a nugget of truth in there. And Malhair doesn't really get the gist of dying. So originally they were going to have, like, after this, Cassidy would have been like, we have to find Evan, and William was gonna open, or I guess it was either gonna be Cassidy or William opening a portal to like Underfell. They would go in and then they would explore the AU to get out of the AU. So that way they would go to multiple alternate universes ranging from FNAF AUs to Undertale AUs, trying to find Evan. And at the end, they would meet Evan, but they'd also be confronted with Malhair and other Vannies, and they'd have to fight them off. That's what the original story was going to be like. But I don't know what happened that changed it. Point is, it did end up changing at some point. Anywho, maybe now this one. No, not that. Right here. I skip videos. Yes, the player calls him comedian because she watched a lot of Undertale animations and Undertale fight scenes where Kara, or I guess the fanon version of Kara, calls Sans a comedian. And she is trying to be an edgy trash bag by calling him a comedian as well. Or at least just trying to be like Kara, sort of. Yes, that was Pyrus. Yes, he teleported away. Yeah, she blocked it with a hand. Okay, that did end up happening after Frisk did the last reset, like a Sans reset, and they got to the surface for the second time. Sans did, well, what happened in Glitchtale were first, like, the events that happened are almost exactly what happened in Under Nights, minus the whole Sans being like, even the ones where he killed everyone. It's like even the ones where the player killed everyone. But still, the events leading up to her breaking the reset are the same as Glitchtale Frisk, like about him breaking the reset. I tried doing the creepy face, more like less exaggerated, but I failed. Oh, here it comes. My favorite part. This was the hardest to make. Okay, hold up. This part right here was taken straight out of Dusttale, The Perfect Genocide. I just tried to make it so that Sans' head is accurate, so I used Photo Editor. And now, looking at him like this, he looks very weird. Like, look at him. The head is misproportionated, I guess. His eyes, what's going on with his eyes? It's like cut right here, and it just looks weird. Oh yeah, crap. They fought for hundreds of times, so yeah, that dialogue's justifiable. Bad time. That's badass. That's fucking badass. Look at that. My favorite, took a long time to make, but that was my favorite part of this. Like, of this whole video. Y'all don't know how long this took. Because I had to make the attacks line up with her. And as soon as they blast, that's a time right before they blast, a second before attack hit her. And somehow have her dodge it. Like, for example, right here. Oh my god, that took me so long to time. And I had to record the blue screen myself using screen recorder because I didn't know how to make MP3 files out of YouTube video at that time. And recording it, timing it exactly correct where it falls down, the bone falls down, that took so long. And this took long because I couldn't really predict the blaster. Yeah, I fucked up I tried making her backflip, but I fucked it up. I tried making her run. Again, it isn't easy when it comes to Gotcha Club. That took a long time because I had to make it slow down. Yes, I used the wait. Get back. Hold up. Yeah, that cool blaster moment. Okay, right here, uh, I used if you can see right here, you can see remnants. Pun, but parts of the green screen that I used to. And this took the hide feature because I guess Gotcha Club doesn't have that in its storage or its poses. And yes, if you watched my AU explanation video, you can tell that you would know that Sans would be able to manipulate magic attacks or any sort of attacks using blue magic. That is my Sans video. Yeah, she teleported in that moment. Hold up. Yeah. I feel so bad for this moment because it was gonna be longer. I'm not even kidding. I was gonna stretch the fight out till the end of the song, but I couldn't because this whole Sans fight moment wasn't even in the script. It didn't even happen in the script. Originally, Sans gonna slam the player on the ground, like whatever he did. Say, "Wow, you're one freaky little demon," and then the player was gonna slash at him, and Affentail William was gonna take the hit. But now, but I wanted to make it better. I wanted to make it actually good. And if you can't see me, it's because I'm literally in the darkness. The only thing illuminating me is the TV. But anyway, the whole Sans fight was me just trying to make the Sans moment better. But the problem with it is, I used this song because I love that version of Megalovania so much. I want to stretch it out. But it just took so long to make like 2 minutes of that song. I was not able to do that. If I had a bit more stamina and delayed this episode to a bit longer, it would have you would have seen the full 4 minutes, but you didn't, which I apologize strongly for that. Yeah, smiley face. Really? Okay, this one. The Black Gastro Blasters were actually going to be around the planet. They were going to. They were going to be all rounded small blasters that would, in reality, cover multiple continents, and each one would be able to destroy multiple, if not millions, of timelines over and like multiple times over. And all of them are. Don't worry, they're not gonna kill. This is not killing the planet, because remember, this is taking place in an alternate timeline that was created by the player and William. And so this Earth isn't the Earth, the main Undernight's version of Earth. This is a separate version created by the player and William. A separate version. So there's no problem in destroying this Earth. Oh my god, I was originally gonna have all the Gaster Blasters shoot from all over. Like, every single one that was in that circle that you just saw was gonna blast. And it all had to be animated. I could not do that. Someone like Zachary or Shadow's Glitch might be able to do that. Me, that isn't even considered a gotcha tuber by my own standards? Hell no. Hell no. So I just did these animations separately, and yes, all the blasters did shoot, but I just didn't want to animate it. It was too much. Yes, I overused this nuclear bomb thing. If you hadn't watched first couple of parts, like part 5, you wouldn't understand. Pretty much Afton's blessing makes you immortal via your soul, or if you're alive or not. If you're alive or dead, it makes you immortal. Well, to be fair, Error is the one who gave Aftontail William that ability. So anyone who's stronger than Error would be able to override that ability. The reason she's mad is because she fought alongside William and was supposedly given that she was given what's it called, Afton's blessing by William. And the reason she's mad is because that was apparently for nothing, because the player can just hack it whenever they want. If you don't watch the explanation, you'd be so confused this morning. But yes, after the FNAF 1 crew spent about 6 months on the surface, they became like, they knew magic. They learned and trained their magic to be good. Like Cassidy learned how to use knife magic, like Story Shift Kara. She can use Gaster Blasters. And Charlotte learned how to use fire magic. Okay, wait. Just to clarify, when I was rewatching this, I noticed this. Nope, not that. Okay, William is not controlled by the player again. When he shoots the Gaster Blaster, he's not shooting it at Frisk, like it looks like it is. He's shooting it behind the player. Oh my, this took so long. I had to group every single fucking one. Everyone here, and I had to make them visible. They're not covering each other up, and the ones that are, they're not covering too much. And this took so long, so I had to put them somewhere, and I couldn't put them off screen. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is random. Just ask Cyclist. He's going to make it, but essentially, yeah. Error is friends with Aftontail William because Aftontail William made him remember his papyrus, and now Aftontail William is Error's apprentice. And he'd help him, but due to the fact that he still hates the AUs, it seems like he's willing to backstab William at any moment. But yes, my player is like Hyperversal plus so many Outerversal, actually so many times stronger than Error. If she wanted to, she could flick him out of existence. Okay, that was the Rage Soul. Hold up. Look. That's the Rage Soul. I don't know if you saw that, but there's like a purple soul emanating from his chest. It was like sort of like that, but it was purple. Those who haven't watched my series will not understand. William just has a lot of guitars that are also planet killers. Player got big brain. And by big brain, I mean she literally just watches. That she just watches anime. This beam struggle was made in flip a clip. This beam struggle was made in flip a clip, so if it looks terrible, you know why. This is inspired by when Omega Flowey, or I guess Flowey, said that in the Passus run. And another using this screen thing. This was inspired by that one comic dub when Frisk tied up Sans and pretty much explained the player's reasoning for doing the routes, or the genocide route. This was kind of cringe, not lie. That thing was cringe. Sans is still good at reading people's face. And this was kind of, this is a bad way to kill off the player. I should have killed him off in like, that was the erase button. That exists in my view, but I should have just killed him off like in part 13. I should have killed him off then, but I didn't. And I don't know why. Well, that's that. Hope you enjoyed that. I just wanted to do this for a long time due to the fact that there's a shit ton of stuff I would love to tell y'all about behind the scenes. But I can't really do that without spoiling anything. So, and yes, okay, I'll give you one spoiler. That's this. Like, this scene. That's the, I guess, fuck it, like this. It's the only spoiler y'all are gonna get, so you better enjoy it. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please, subscribe if you want to. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified of my new videos when I upload. See you next time, I guess.